What's up? I'm Justin. Welcome to Don't Disappoint Your Parents. COVID-19 has affected everybody in very negative ways, and today I want to do something good for the people most vulnerable in our society. I will be making a meal and donating it to my local homeless shelter. So, without further ado, let's get started. That's not the line. Let's get cooking. Today we're going to make some soy braised pulled pork, an easy dish that can be made for a large group. Since we're making food for 40 plus people today, this is perfect. If you want to scale it down, just divide all the ingredients in half. We're going to start with a giant cut of pork shoulder and an additional piece from last week's chow chow recipe. Cut the pork shoulder into large chunks and set it aside. You don't want to cut the pieces too small or it'll dissolve into the stew. Next, roughly chop up 2 scallions, half an onion, 6 cloves of garlic, and about an inch of ginger. Add the vegetables into a bowl and set them aside. Working in batches, we're going to add our pork into a large wok full of boiling water and boil it for 2 to 3 minutes until a pinkish gray scum floats out. Take the pork out and rinse it under cold water to really get rid of all the scum. This process helps get rid of any porky funkiness in the final stew. Next, we're going to bring out the pressure cooker and add 2 tablespoons of oil. Throw the scallions, onions, ginger, and garlic in and saute over medium heat until wonderfully fragrant. Add in half a cup of light soy sauce, half a cup of shaoxing cooking wine, a quarter of a cup of sugar, and a quarter of a cup of dark soy sauce. Stir to combine and let the sugar dissolve completely. Next, add your pork in. If there's not enough space in your pressure cooker, you might have to do this in 2 batches, like I did. Add just enough water to submerge the pork and stir again to make sure everything is well combined. Finally, add a pinch of szechuan peppercorns, 2 bay leaves, 2 dried or fresh orange peels, and 1 Chinese spice packet. These spices will bring a nice, earthy warmth to the stew. Cover the pressure cooker, bring the stew up to a boil before lowering the heat to simmer and cooking it for 45 minutes. Once the 45 minutes are up and the pressure releases naturally, open your pressure cooker. If you made 2 batches, combine the pork into a large pot. Either way, boil the cooked pork for another 10 minutes just to reduce the liquid a bit and make sure everything is nicely stewed together. During which time we're going to pull the pork apart with a pair of tongs until you get a beautiful pot of, pulled pork. The pork is hearty, rich, flavorful, and melt in your mouth tender. This dish is great cooked in bulk and ahead of time and just stored in the fridge until you need it. Usually this would be when I invite my family to come on and taste the dish, but this dish isn't for us, it's for the homeless. In addition to the pork, I made a whole lot of rice and a whole lot of boiled broccoli for a full nutritious meal. With the help of my grandparents and mom, I was able to package 46 meals and deliver them to my local homeless shelter. Since the pandemic hit last year, food insecurity and homelessness has only worsened. This is just my way to give back a little, and I hope this can inspire you to do a little good too. There are always people in need in this world, and when the world is as chaotic as it is today, it's even more important that we care for those who need it.